With my classes and private students, I like to set up a very specific warm-up regimen that focuses on warming up both big and small muscle groups so that practice becomes that much more effective. So I'd like to walk you through some very basic warm-up exercises. The first exercise we don't even need a guitar for. This exercise will help us to stretch out our tendons and muscles and kind of get us in the headspace of being ready to play guitar. So it's very easy. All I do is I sit at the front portion of my chair as if I was going to grab my guitar and practice, and I just put my hands together and I kind of gently stretch the tendons. And I try and keep my shoulders relaxed. And I'm not applying a lot of pressure between my hands. I'm gently pushing. But again, just an exercise to start to stretch those tendons and stretch those muscles so that when I do pick up my guitar, my practice is going to be a lot more effective. And I might do this for about 30 seconds. This essential exercise is a great starting warm-up. It really helps us to focus on large muscle movements, relaxation, and tone production. So I have all my students in classes start out with I-am rest strokes. So we're going to simply play alternating I-am rest strokes on the open first string, nice and slow. Now, keep in mind a couple of things. We want to focus on two specific motions, the follow-through and the kick-out. The follow-through is simply the direction that the finger travels as it passes through the string, landing on the next. That's called the follow-through. It's following through and landing on the next string. The opposite motion is the kick-out. When one finger plays, the other finger kicks out into that ready position. So with relaxation, go ahead and focus on that follow-through and kick-out. Index, middle. I will also move this exercise from string to string. First string, second, third, fourth, back to third, second, first. Focus on relaxation, follow through and kick out, and tone production. The next exercise that I like to work on involves the I-am rest strokes, but adds a left hand element. We're going to do a descending chromatic scale on one string. Chromatic just means moving fret by fret or half step by half step. And what we're going to do is we're going to focus on connection, tone production, and relaxation. So here's what you do. Go up to the 12th fret, that's right where the body and the neck meet. Put your pinky there, your third finger on the 11th fret, your second finger on the 10th fret, your first finger on the 9th fret. And what we're going to do is, we're going to start by playing I-am rest strokes that repeat. And you're going to play each note 8 times and then descend. When you've descended past the 9th fret, you'll shift your pinky down to the 8th fret so that your third finger's at the 7th, your second finger's at the 6th, your first finger's at the 5th. When you've completed that, you shift down with your pinky at the 4th, and so on and so forth. The first part of this exercise. Again, focusing on relaxation and tone production. If you've talked with your teacher about vibrato, add vibrato. Your goal should be to make this as beautiful as possible. The next exercise is in our textbook on page 71. It is the PIMA three-stroke independence exercise. So I'll set it up for you. We're going to put our thumb on the 6th string, our index finger on the 3rd string, our M finger on the 2nd string, and our A finger on the 1st string. We're going to go ahead and do free strokes. Those are the strokes that head in towards the palm of the hand rather than landing on the next string. And what you're going to do is you're going to play a single finger while keeping the other fingers set on the string. So I'm going to play the index finger, leaving thumb, middle, and ring down. Index. And just like the rest strokes, I'm going to focus on that follow through, back towards the palm, and then the relaxation that happens an instant after I've played. You notice my finger pops back into position. I'm not doing that. That's just the motion of the finger relaxing. Middle finger. Ring finger, A. You'll notice that the pinky moves with the ring finger as if they're one unit, and they relax together as well. The next exercise I follow up with are the simple arpeggio patterns on page 72 of the textbook. So we keep the same hand position that we just had, only for this exercise we're not going to replant fingers or hold other fingers down. The first arpeggio is a basic one that you find in lots and lots of pieces of music. I, M, A, M. I, M, A, M. Now you will notice I'm doing something called preparation. When one finger plays, the next finger plants on the next string that will be played. So for example, when index plays, middle drops down. When middle plays, ring finger drops down, and so on and so forth. This helps us to practice playing quickly at a slow speed. The next arpeggio, I, M, I, A. You'll notice I'm still doing my preparation. I, A, I, M. Focusing on relaxation and preparing that next note. I, A, M, A. There are 12 of these arpeggio patterns. I suggest doing a set of 4 each day, either the ones that start with index, the ones that start with middle, or the ones that start with the ring finger. These are great exercises. The last exercise that I like to incorporate into my warm-up is on page 70 of our textbook, and we've talked about it in a previous video, the 1-octave major scale. I have a metronome set in the background, and you set it to whatever is comfortable for you or your class, or as a student, choose what will help you to progress and push the limits of your technique. But we're now going to incorporate the relaxation in the right hand as well as the left hand to work on our scale pattern. And I do it in a very specific way. I'm starting at the 5th fret. I'm going to play quarter notes, 1 note per beat. Then I'll move up a fret. Up another fret. Up another fret. I hope these exercises offer a great warm-up regimen. This is something that I would do every day to help limber up my hands and get myself ready to be able to play at a higher level. It really does offer us the opportunity to build our technique and, again, warm up so that our practice can be successful.